Hello and welcome to a low back reset yoga session. A lot of times when the back is feeling unhappy, it's a combination of things that are making it feel that way. And of course, this is not intended to fix all back problems ever, but it is a really good toolbox of go-to postures or asana to help create a bit of ease, especially in the low back. So we use a combination of 3 different tools. And the first is just to open up the sides of the body. Very often they get tight because we sit a lot in one position without opening up our sides. The second will be to welcome rotation back into the spine. So gentle twisting to help it move in that direction as well. And then lastly, we'll move into a really gentle hip opener so that we soften the space around the low back so that it can drop into a little bit more comfort and ease. So again, anytime you feel like your low back is squeezing or cranky, the combination of those 3 things together, opening the sides, twisting a little bit, and softening the hips, will perhaps help to make it feel hopefully a lot better. So let's try it together and see how you feel. Find a seat that is comfortable for you. And if it could be on the floor, that would be great. If it needs to be in a chair, that's okay too. You can always take a bolster, a blanket, a pillow, and put your bottom up on the edge of it to make it a little bit more comfortable to stay in a seated position. My legs are crossed this way because it's the way I always sit, but yours don't need to be. They can be crossed in any way that feels doable. And if your knees are up high, that's okay. You're sitting and that's great. So in whatever seated position you find yourself, we're going to move into the sides of the body first. So take your right hand and gently place it on the ground beside you. If the ground feels kind of far away, you could always put a book or a block underneath your hand. Either way, make contact with something. Fingertips or palm, both are good. Once you are connected to the ground, feel that both sides of your bottom are both connected to whatever it is that you're sitting on, and you're not accidentally leaning to the side and letting your bottom pop up off the earth. From there, kind of sink into the ground a little bit more. Breathe in to lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale to lean over to the right. And this can be as little or as much as you have the space to go. So in my body, it feels good to walk my hand away a little bit more and go deeper into the sides. In your body, it might feel good to stay right here, or even soften your elbow down towards the earth or a block. Now from here, let's play a little bit with the top arm. Some people's shoulders, the arm doesn't go over the ear, and that's okay. So your arm might be reaching straight up to the sky, or it might be coming over your ear with the palm facing down. Either way, imagine that you want to take your heart and just a little bit, cheat it up towards the sky. From there, let your head actually look down to the ground so there's even less strain on your neck. And see if you can close your eyes and identify where in your body you feel the most restriction. And then send your breath out to wherever that spot happens to be. Most of us are going to stay here for the next few breaths. Those of you who have a lot of space in the side body and you aren't feeling much, we'll take that grounded right hand across the front of the body to hold on to the left knee. And from there, move in as deeply as it feels good to go. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. Almost sloth-like, start to pull yourself back up to center. Move even more slowly than you might naturally. And when you arrive at center, let your hands rest on your knees and give your shoulders a wiggle in space. And perhaps you can notice that one side of the body feels a little bit longer than the other. We're going to try to make them a bit more equal. So this time, take your left hand to the earth beside you, or to your block, or to your book, whatever you need, fingertips or palm. From there, again, check in with both sides of your bottom and feel that you are seated firmly on whatever it is that you're sitting on. Once you're grounded, breathe in and lift your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, lean to the left, and you determine how far you go. This might be enough, or you can walk the left fingertips away from the body. Enough, or the elbow considers coming down to a block, books, or the earth. Top arm, again, can be either straight up to the sky or over ear, palm down. And whatever you have chosen, perhaps the heart can cheat just a little bit up towards the sky. As you close your eyes, turn the head down towards the ground. Identify the space in the side of the body that feels the most restricted. And allow breath to travel directly to that spot. And of course, most of us stay here. A few of us might take that grounded left hand across the front of the body to hold the right knee as we stay in the side body stretch. Three more breaths. Take a slow pull back up to center. Rest your hands on their knees when you get there, and again, wiggle out through your shoulders in any way that feels good to you. As they settle at center, soften your gaze and just feel the sides of your body. I'm hoping you can feel how they're a little bit longer, a little bit stretchier. Now that we've opened up your sides, we're going to really gently move into the rotation of the spine as well. So simple first. Feel your bottom seated firmly on whatever it's on. And breathe in to lift both arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right so that your left hand comes down to your knee and your right hand comes behind your back, right in the middle on the fingertips. And with each inhale, it's like you grow an inch taller towards the sky. And each exhale, you twist a little bit more deeply right from the center of your belly. 3 more breaths to stay. And as your lungs are emptied, start to unwind yourself back to center. And let's pause with both hands resting on the knees. Inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, big roll back and down. Breathe in, lift both arms to the sky. Feel that your bottom is grounded firmly. Exhale, twist to the left this time so that your right hand catches your knee. Your left hand comes behind you to the center of your back on your fingertips. The inhale lets you root up from the ground and grow an inch taller. The exhale invites you to twist just a little bit more deeply right from your belly. And each breath cycle is the same invitation to lengthen and deepen. Next, exhale, unwind yourself again back to center. Rest your hands on your knees. Big breath in, lift shoulders to ears. Exhale, big roll back and down. And now that we have found length in the sides of the body and a bit more rotation in the spine, we'll really gently start to open up the hips as well. So take your hands behind you so that you can release your cross-legged seat and bring the soles of your feet down to the floor. And from here, your knees are going to behave a bit like windshield wipers, washing from side to side. If you can connect your breath to this, it might feel even better. So inhale will bring you up through center. Exhale lets you drop your knees. Inhale up through center. Exhale lets you drop your knees. One more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop it over. This time, breathe in, bring your knees back to center, and have your hands behind you so you feel grounded and stable. Lift your right foot up off the ground. Less is more, doesn't need to be a lot. And let's play with the ankle first. So roll your ankle out one way, and then roll your ankle out the other way. And finally, let your foot rest, bringing your attention to your knee. Imagine that your knee is the tip of a pencil, and you want to draw a big old circle. So we're going to draw some circles, letting the knee be the tip of the pencil that guides the movement. The bigger the circle, the more interesting the opening in the hip. But if they're tiny circles, they absolutely count. Good, now switch the direction of your circle. And we're building a bit of warmth in the hip as we move like this. Okay, one more. And then release your right foot back down to the ground. And let's do the windshield wipes again. So breath in to puff up your chest a little bit. Exhale, let your knees fall to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale to check in with your hands. Make sure you still feel good and grounded and well supported. And this time we'll lift just the left foot off the ground and play with the ankle, rolling it out a little bit in both directions. Good. Now let your foot come to neutral and shift your attention to your left knee. Knee's the tip of the pencil. We're drawing circles in space. Big circles, medium circles, small circles, they're all good. Now switch directions. Nice. And finally, let your foot come back to the ground and we'll windshield wipe one more time. Breath in, press into your hands, lift your heart a little bit. Exhale, drop your knees one way. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come back up to center. And this time, adjust yourself so your hands are coming back towards your body and you're moving back into sitting in a neutral way. It can be up on a bolster or blanket, of course, still. And we're going to take the soles of the feet and bring them together like we're making butterfly wings. If your hips are on the more tight side, there will be a lot of space between your knee and the ground. You could take pillows, blankets. If you have bolsters and yoga props, you can use those as well to help fill that space. If you don't have that space and your knees drop closer to the ground, that is of course okay as well. Once you have supported your knees with the appropriate props, look down and see that there's a little bit of distance between the groin and the heels. Those of you with very mobile or flexible hips, bring the heels in closer to the groin. There's no exact right or wrong distance here. You just want to make sure it feels okay for your body. Once you have found a seat with feet together, knees wide, and supported if necessary, take your hands down to your feet. Your thumbs can come to the arch of the feet, and for the first few moments, give yourself a little foot massage, pressing the thumbs down into the arches, moving from heel to toe to massage massage the arch. I hope that feels good. Okay. Now let the thumbs rest in the center of the arch. And you might see how my tendency is to hunch forward a little bit. I want to take that away. So I'm going to breathe in and lift up the chest and let the shoulders fall back and down. From here, breathe out and lean forward. And that might be all it is. Just a gentle tilting forward of the upper body. If there's more space, you can of course come further forward, but try to feel how it's your collarbones coming forward and not the top of your head so that you're a rounded, sort of more hunched shape. Maintain the length in your spine while each breath out invites you closer to the earth. And we'll stay just like this together for some slow, steady breaths. Three more breaths just like this. And at the end of your third breath, slowly and gently walk yourself back up to sit. Again, take your hands behind your back so you can lean to the back of your sitting bones. Plant your feet on the earth. You might want to use your hands to lift your knees back to center. And just like before, we're going to windshield wipe the legs slowly and gently from side to side. And notice how it feels on the low back to move like this. You can do this for as long as you like, but when you feel ready, come back to an easy cross-legged seat and take your hands to your knees, palms facing down, shoulders heavy, jaw soft, eyes fall closed. And really simply, notice how you feel. While these practices are really helpful and really powerful, they take some practice before they have the full effect. So this opening of the side body, building in rotation and softening of the hips might be something you come back and practice a little bit every single day for a good while before it starts to have a long-term effect on the way your back feels. But stay with it, and it can be really helpful. When it feels safe, do flutter your eyes open, come back into the space. Take a moment to say thank you for creating time to take good care of yourself. And I hope that it helps.